Hello, my dear friends. How are you doing? Hope you are having an amazing day and not having to deal with drama. Ready for new stories I have for you today? Let's go to the first one. And don't forget to listen to the end of the story, guys, to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. For context, I, 23 female, my mom, 42 female, have generally always gotten along. She married my stepdad, 45 male, about 14 years ago. He has 3 kids, 24 female, 22 male, and 20 female. My mom has 2 kids, 23 female and 19 female. Me and my sister were never a priority in our house. We always came last to my step-siblings. All of my step-siblings have kids, and I am currently 25 weeks pregnant with my first. I do not live with my mom. I am married and living on my own, even though it's only a few blocks away from my mom's house. My oldest stepsister has hated me for about a year now. We would get in fights just like regular sisters do, but I got tired of me always apologizing, just because she wouldn't let me or my mom see my niece, 5 female, until I apologized. I didn't want to be the reason my mom didn't get to see her granddaughter. Now my stepsister refuses to come around to anything I will be at. Family functions, our parents' house, Christmas, Thanksgiving, anything. My stepdad told me I couldn't go to 3 of my grandparents' houses for Christmas because she wanted to go. I didn't fight back because I don't want to be the reason my grandmas don't get to see my niece. The other day I was at my mom's house, and her and my stepdad told me to leave because they wanted my stepsister and niece to come over, and I wasn't allowed over. I had been there for hours at that point. If they had come to talk to me and told me that they wanted to come over, it would be a different story. But they just kicked me out, no warning, nothing. I don't want to separate the family, and I want my child to have the opportunity to play with their cousins, and not to have to deal with tension from family members, and not have to deal with being told they have to leave because someone else wants to come over. I don't know what to do anymore, because I know I have to do what's going to make my child happy in the long run. So am I the a-hole? So sorry, I forgot to mention why we were fighting. She wanted me to help her get a house and a car. I told her I could co-sign for a car, but as I'm only 23 years old, I couldn't get approved to co-sign on a house. She accused me of hiding money and saying that I own my house. I do not own my house, and I'm renting from a friend. She said that if I didn't give her $30,000 for a down payment, she would tell our parents, and I told her to go ahead and tell them because I would not be giving her that much money. She has always been petty like this, and when someone doesn't give her exactly what she wants, she goes crazy. Not the a-hole. Do not co-sign with her on a car. Do not co-sign anything, ever. She will simply not pay it and you will be on the hook for the payments. She is totally unreasonable in pushing you around. Not the a-hole, but I think you should disassociate yourself from the whole ducking lot. It doesn't seem at all like you are remotely important to any of them, and I don't see any benefit in your child witnessing this behavior as he or she is growing up. Not the a-hole. For duck's sake, stepsister is toxic. If interaction with niece requires proximity to toxic stepsister, that's too high of a price to pay. Stop allowing yourself to be disinvited. You're letting your mom and stepdad turn stepsister's problem into your problem. If they insist on aiding and abetting stepsister's a-hole behavior, go low contact or no contact. You don't need that grief in your life. Ongoing exposure to it will not be healthy for your child. Update. So sorry, I know I left out some details. I had just gotten out of a fight with my mom and stepsister before I made this post, and needed somewhere to vent and get advice. My bio sister has been low contact with all of our step-siblings and parents for about 2 years now. She saw all the crap that was going on our whole lives, and she felt that she didn't want to be around any of it anymore, and I don't blame her. As for the other step-siblings, they all think that I am in the wrong for not giving her $30,000. They think that because I am married and have a husband, that we have all this money we can throw away when that is not the case. They aren't as bad as the oldest, and they do talk to me some, but we don't see each other very often. As for me not being invited to family functions and everything else, as far as my side of the family is concerned, they know me and stepsister had a huge fight, and my parents have told them that I don't want to come around anymore, which isn't true at all. I've tried talking to my grandparents about it, but they aren't listening. Growing up, my bio parents divorced when I was 7, and I spent weekends at my dad's house. My mother would take the child support my dad sent for me and my sister and use it to pay for things my step-siblings needed. I had to get a job at 14 to pay for clothes, food, phone, sports gear, and anything I needed for school. At 16, I had to get a loan from a bank to buy my first car, while the child support my dad was sending was used to pay stepsister's car payments after my mom paid for half her car up front. I was forced to move out at 18, while my step-siblings got to live in the house rent-free, job-free, and got everything paid for by our parents. While I was 2 months behind on rent from having virus, and my grandma and stepmom passing away, my parents told me I was on my own. I didn't even ask them for help. I was just ranting to my mom about it. After meeting my husband at 19, he helped me get back on my feet and helped me manage living on my own without feeling overwhelmed. He is supporting whatever decision I make. We don't get any financial help from my parents, siblings, or grandparents. My stepdad is the breadwinner of their family and brings in all the money. My mom thinks she can't speak out against him or he takes all the money away. My stepsister has since made a threat to me and my baby because I told my mom she had to choose. I've blocked her on everything and will not talk to her anymore. My boyfriend's mom doesn't really like me, and I've sort of given up on winning her affection. Honestly, my boyfriend also has a warm-cold relationship with her and pretty much involves her in her life out of respect and not out of love. She's pretty much decided that I'm a white harlot that has snatched her beloved son who wouldn't give the girls his mom chose the time of day. He's far too American to involve himself in that nonsense. Whenever we meet, she's been giving me snide backhanded remarks, like telling me my skirt was too short on one occasion, or how my thong bikini might look fun today, but as you get older, you'll realize how little guys were respecting you when you were younger. Random nonsense like that. I've had the good social graces to ignore it, but I couldn't anymore. When she started texting me helpful advice on life, such as making sure a particular low-cut dress that I wore to a family dinner would be more appropriate for a girls' night out with strangers, because that's what girls do these days, I was seething inside. Then the perfect opportunity came up. Her own daughter, my boyfriend's sister, showed up at a family gathering wearing an off-shoulder dress that was plenty revealing. When boyfriend's mom ended up telling her how nice and bold the choice was and how confident she must be, I couldn't help but interject and pull up the text she sent me and read it out verbatim, word for word. My boyfriend, his brother and sister, mom and dad were around, and you could see how the dad, who is the chillest guy ever, was embarrassed at his wife. The room kind of fell silent, and I had made my point. The conversation shifted, but my boyfriend's mom was pretty subdued the rest of the night. When? Am I the a-hole here? My boyfriend is kind of just ignoring that event and not even bringing it up, so maybe he also thinks I was appropriate, but I'm not so sure. For what it's worth, there has been no other development since. Not the a-hole. That is amazing. And if your boyfriend is ignoring it and isn't pissed, I see no problem. Even if he was, you still had a right to do that. I just mean it's good you're not having to worry if you upset him or anything. That is amazing, and I applaud you. I'm probably going to get slammed for this, but I really don't understand why someone would feel it was appropriate to wear a thong to a family event, especially to an event where it is his family that you know are fairly conservative. Everyone sucks here. The mom to your boyfriend for obvious reasons. You for dragging your boyfriend's sister into this mess despite her doing nothing wrong. You turned her into collateral damage. Your boyfriend for not doing more to nip this crap in the bud. So I, 15 female, have some conflict with my stepfamily. This includes my sister, 15 female, my brother, 15 male, we're triplets, my dad, 42 male, my stepmom, 35 female, and my stepsister, 15 female. Some background. Our mom died when we were 7 because of a heat stroke, and our dad only dated again when we were 9. A year later, he dated stepmother and married her shortly after. Our relationship as triplets to stepmom and stepsister are cordial, but we aren't really close. My siblings and I are really close to my mother's side still, and our dad entirely supports us. Our mom's side has a tradition that started with our great-grandma. It's that for every 16th birthday of a kid on that side, there's a photo shoot of those kids with family heirlooms. Example, jewelry, watches, clothing. It's like a coming-of-age thing. My triplets and I's birthday are coming up, so our aunt, who is a photographer, is planning to have a photo shoot with us triplets soon since she lives closest to us. She already has borrowed items picked out, and we love them. I'm wearing my mom's dress from the 90s and jewelry my grandma owned in the 70s. Basically, we are wearing our family history, but we all look somehow coordinated, so we're very excited. Now, the problem here is that when our stepsister, who is a month younger, found out about our tradition when our dad was coordinating with our aunt, At the dinner table, she asked my sibs to be included. When we texted our aunt, she said that she can be part of the photo shoot, but she cannot wear the family heirlooms. Sibs and I tell her she's welcome to have a photo shoot, but she can't wear the family heirlooms. She asked if she can wear my dress instead since it's not that old. I told her no, since it's one of the few things that hold sentimental value I have for my mom. Also, I'm a few sizes smaller than Stepsister. I know because she has stretched out a handful of my clothes before. She asks if she can't really wear any family heirlooms. Sibs and I say she can wear her own family heirlooms. She says she doesn't have any. But we say we're really sorry, but we can't let her wear our maternal family heirlooms. Stepsister threw a whole fit about excluding her from the family, and stepmother is mad at us for not letting her wear heirlooms. We say we can't change our maternal side's rules on family heirlooms. Now stepmother is threatening to not let us go to the photo shoot unless she can wear some family heirlooms. Siblings and I are agreeing to not let her wear them, but we're starting to feel bad since she has no relationship with her extended family since they've cut contact from stepmother, and she has no family heirlooms. Are we the a-holes? Not the a-hole. Your stepsister is 15, not 5. She is old enough to understand that this is your family tradition, not hers. If it came from your father's side, that would be one thing. But your mother's side is separate, and she should respect that. Your father should be supporting you in this, and perhaps creating new traditions for your new, blended family to partake in together. Encourage your stepsister to wear her own mother's stuff. Go to the photo shoot. Have just the triplets shot taken. Have just the 3 girls taken. Have all 4 of you taken. Have each kid taken alone, etc., so that you get the triplet shot for your grandma without having stepsister feel badly. Not the a-hole. She can borrow something important from her mom. After all, you are wearing your mom's dress, which is considered to be an heirloom. Suggest to stepmother to choose a dress or jewelry that is important to her, and let stepsister borrow it. This will be more meaningful to them both, rather than her wearing something from someone she doesn't know. My parents got a divorce when I was like 5 or something. My mom remarried almost instantly, and my dad's living arrangement isn't the best. He lives in an apartment. I live full-time with my mom, but visit my dad regularly, but don't stay there for more than a day if my mom lets me. My mom's husband has a total of 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. The girls are 18, 16, and 12, and the boy is 17. My mom has also had a kid with him, who is my half-sister, who is now 10. I am 17. I don't really like my stepfamily. I get along all right with them, and my half-sister looks up to me the most, but I feel a bit left out because other than her, I don't really have any blood relation to any of them, and I feel like an outcast. I spend a lot of time just by myself in my room, or out with friends because of it. My dad said that he's going to buy me a TV for my room, which is awesome, because I do have a TV, but it's an old one that barely works, and I've asked my mom for one, but she isn't budging, and says it's too expensive. While my step-siblings are all getting LED TVs in their room, and I'm stuck with basically an early 2000s TV that has like 5 channels. My mom found out about my dad giving me a TV, and is mad that it's unfair I get such a big present, but my siblings don't. I am kinda mad because they all got TVs one Christmas while the thing I got was a football jersey that was maybe $65. I still want my dad to give me the TV, because I'll set it up and all, and think it's ridiculous for my mom to preach unfairness when I'm the one who feels like an outcast and gets pushed to the side for them. And now that I get one thing that makes me feel not like an afterthought, and it gets fought the most on. I told my mom that I'm getting the TV and I'll set it up, and that call it her Christmas present as well, because she doesn't have to get me anything either. That shut her up, but I can see she is still mad at my dad. Am I the a-hole for wanting the TV my dad promised me for Christmas, even though my mom is against it? Not the a-hole. Your parents got divorced. That means your mom doesn't really have a say in the gifts your dad gets you, especially if it's not dangerous. If he wants to give you a TV, great. It's not your problem what your siblings get. Not the a-hole. It's your dad's choice, and your mom is already being unfair by giving your siblings LED TVs. She doesn't control what your dad gives. Not the a-hole. Why would it be unfair for you to have a new TV when your step-siblings all have newer TVs than your current one? Anyways, as you already have one in your room, I don't see the issue with it. Your mom is being unreasonable. So here it goes. Like any place of business, there's a shortage of staff nationwide. My stepmom has been struggling to hire any nail techs to work at her salon, so she asked me to help her on a holiday weekend. I have a full-time job myself already. Therefore, I'm taking my time away from my own family to help her out. Also, the salon is 45 minutes from my home without traffic. I worked both Saturday and Sunday, both days between 9 to 10 hours. I'm not a nail tech, so I didn't work on anyone's nails. I only did the prep work for pedicures, which includes scrubbing, cleaning, and putting some oil and lotion on. I also cleaned the salon and did everything she asked me to. I didn't have any breaks. I had to scarf down my lunch. I've already told her from the beginning that I would need to get paid. After the end of the night on Sunday, she paid me my tips. I only got half the tips because I didn't work on anyone's nails. Ended up being about $40 total in tips for both days. When she gave me the money, I asked her again about my wage. She told me that I should be grateful to work at her salon and manage to get tips. She didn't want to pay me for a day's worth of work. Her reasoning is because I don't know how to work on anyone's nails and is not licensed to cut nails. Am I the a-hole for asking for a daily rate because I did work long hours with no breaks, did all the prep work, mainly cleaning their feet up, on customers so a licensed tech can just work on the nails portion? Gee, I wonder why she's having a hard time finding employees. Not the a-hole, obviously. You can't expect someone to work for you for free and then tell them that it was your privilege all along. That's absolutely ignorant. Not the a-hole. You already have a job, so you aren't necessarily grateful to volunteer your time at her place. Let her keep looking for help. Not the a-hole. Your stepmom is so rude. She asked you for help and then had the audacity to say you should feel lucky to work here. She is also violating federal labor laws. You're entitled to minimum wage. Never help her again.